All right. Man, right here, one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster coming to you once again, bringing you the knowledge and dropping the science in this industry of what we call trucking. And tonight's video, we are doing Super Ego Examine. I had a chance to sit there and actually look over the settlements and stuff, man, and it's just as I thought, man. I'm like, when you can't read, you can't write, you can't do math, everything is going to seem difficult to you. So we're going to give a breakdown analysis and stuff, man, and so I'll give a conclusion about super ego, about um, the problems and stuff that the drives and stuff are facing over there. Again, I'm not at super ego. I just went there, had a chance to examine some things, and so I'm just do a follow up video for guys who are probably interested in going to super ego, what they expect, and so on and so forth. So as you guys come in, give me a sound check. Let me know everything is good, and I'll give you. I'll also give you an update and stuff about what's going on with my truck, which is nothing. It's, it's at the shop. It's at the shop. I haven't gotten the phone call and stuff since then. So just I guess he'll get around to it when he gets around to it. So if my sound is good, I'll go ahead and break into tonight's video. So they got a thumbs up and stuff. So I'm assuming that my sound and stuff. Okay, so um, super ego, right? If you can't make money at super ego, right, it is because you don't want to make money. Okay, thank you, Mr. Robinson. That's my conclusion too. If you're at super ego and you can't make money, it's because either you don't know how to make money or you don't want to make money. Okay, so I had a chance to look over contract and stuff. It's one that was actually posted up on Lockman channel, Lockman's podcast and stuff. He posted up a lot of stuff about super ego. I guess I don't really know and stuff, man. What's the purpose of it and stuff? I mean, I guess the show got, oh well, the guy's not making money, and I'm like, okay, that post only showed it only gives light to what I was saying and stuff before. Guys don't know how to read, don't know how to write, don't know how to do math, and so when you don't know how to do those things, everything is different. I mean, I'm like this. Team Fluid, what's going on with you? Okay, Super Ego Super Ego is charging those guys 12 per. You on a 12% contract. 12%, which I'm saying blew my mind. 12%. I'm like, most lease carriers, most lease carriers out here and stuff want 20%. They're charging 12, right? They're one of the few carriers out here charging 12%. Then I started looking at. I said, well, let me look at other things and stuff in the contract. Okay, what they charging the guys for the trucks and the trailers? Okay, one guy's expenses, right? His total expenses. I mean, this is with everything. I said it's $1,200, and so people will say that's kind of expensive. It depends on how you coming into the industry. I said, man, super ego is a stepping stone for people. If you don't have money, right? If you coming in and you got $0 and you're trying to learn this, you're trying to learn how to have your own truck, your own trailer, your own equipment. You're trying to learn the business and stuff like that. I would have to give it up to super ego and say, yeah, okay. Now, there are some learning curves and stuff that you're going to run into, right? There's some learning curves that you're going to run into. But I'm saying I would rather be there and make the mistakes there and then make the corrections and stuff there. Because once you got it down pat, you can go ahead and move on, man. I mean, you know, yeah, I know. I'm on an iPhone 7s, so you gotta. I'm on an iPhone 7s. I'm speaking through the intercom system inside the truck and stuff, so you gotta forgive me. Um, just kind of work with me a little bit. Okay, you're you're on a 12% contract over there. Your truck note is $600 a week. Your trailer is $225. Your cargo insurance is $250. Your bobtail insurance is $425 a month. A month, not weekly, a month. So that's about $106, right? So when you add all that up, right, it comes up to about $1,200. They get the first 1,200 plus the 12% of whatever load and stuff you put. So this one guy he did about 2,500 miles load, right? He got 2,500 loaded miles. Uh, he had he did 3 loads and stuff that week, and he did about after the 12% cut, he did about $4,900 of revenue, right? He did about $4,900 of revenue. So when I looked at his check, he made $500, right? I'm like, okay, wait a minute, 500. So when I started looking at those expenses and stuff like that, I'm like, well, I seen where he did a deferment. He did a deferment, so they went on here and collected on that deferment. That means that, he was probably in a hole and stuff like that. They went on here and, they canceled the expense. Well, they ain't canceled it. They just said, we'll collect it at a time and stuff where you're making money, right? So that's a deferment. Some carriers do it, some don't. Okay. So they collected on the deferment, and then he was another $300 in the hole, right? So I can only imagine he probably went home for about a week. Probably went home for about a week and stuff like that. Got back on the road, still made about $500. And so I was like, dude, if you didn't take any time off and you didn't do that deferment, you would have made about 2 grand. You would have made about 2 grand and stuff. So I'm like, okay, there are some things there that you can kind of work on, right? But if you don't know, you don't know. But based on what you're doing at that particular time and junction, I'm like, yeah, you're doing okay starting out, right? You're doing okay starting out. You can do better. You can make a correction and stuff where it's needed. I said, number one, the type, you need to find out what the lane rates are so that you can get an understanding about the loads that you book so that you're doing it at a fair market value. You don't need to be doing it under par, right? Which a lot of people take advantage of. If you don't understand the lane rates, you're sitting there doing a load under par and you think that you're making money and you're not. You know. So you need to get familiar with that. You need to get familiar with that and stuff. The fueling is that's kind of you know the fueling, you can get better and stuff with that too. But the problem that I'm seeing over there with Super Ego is that those guys get over there and they get too comfortable. You get over there and you get too comfortable. I'm like, take advantage of the situation that you're in so that you can do better. You're going over there, they're carrier, and you have no money. You have $0. You got bad credit. This is a time to work on self and to get self right to move to the next level of stuff in business. Why do you need to take time off, right? Why do you need to take time off if you don't have any money? If what you're trying to do is to support yourself and to support your family more abundantly, right? Then why not take the sacrifice to say, okay, I'm going to work until I get X amount of money, until I get X amount of dollars in my account, until I get my credit and stuff squared away, until I understand this business to a point to where I'm going to step out of this lease and go out here and get my own equipment. It doesn't mean that you got to leave Super Ego, right? It's just some things you need to give back to them and stuff like that truck. You're never gonna have ownership of the truck. Use the truck for what it is. But once you get your credit and stuff straight and you get your money and stuff straight, it's time to move to the next level. If you like the truck so much, just simply go to the dealership. Simply go to the dealership, get the same truck, go back to Super Ego. Get the same truck. You're gonna get it at a fair market value. You're gonna get it at a fair market value. You're probably gonna be paying week. If you sit there and you're doing it weekly, right? That particular truck there, you're gonna be paying about maybe about 400 or 500 a week, right? But I'm saying they're monthly payments. They're monthly payments. And so that's what you want to get in the gist of is that, okay, I'll still stick around for the business side of things, right? But I need to alleviate some of the overhead. So, yeah, let me give you this truck back that I'm never going to own, right? And go over here and get my own truck. So that way, you know, I'll be able to get things with my own purchasing power, okay? I'll get things with my own purchasing power. It's just, I get over here, I get comfortable because I'm making some money, I'm making good money or whatever. And then, I forget I forget the whole agenda or whatever, right? And next thing you know, you got all this time in and you never got anything accomplished. The lease is over. The lease is over. You don't have any money to purchase the truck, so you got to turn that truck in and go get you another truck, and then tell yourself that, well, okay, the way to go is just to go ahead and keep upgrading it new equipment, which I'm saying that's okay, but you're doing it for a super ego and you're not doing it for yourself, right? It's okay to get new equipment if that's what you want to do, but you got to do it with your own purchasing power, right? You make weekly payments to them, so why if you can make weekly payments to the lease, you can make monthly payments to a bank. You know, they're doing the financial literacy stuff for you, and the thing is, you just got to do it for yourself. So, you know, just stop going over there and being comfortable. That's why I see a lot of people, Prime, that's another carrier where people they just go over there and they get comfortable. They get comfortable for some reason. Like, okay, yeah, I don't mind paying you weekly. And you got a truck, you know, you can go right over there across the street and get the same truck. The same truck, the same color, you can get the same decals on it, the same computers and cameras and all that other stuff there, and just do what Rob Lowe does. Okay, all right, I'll just keep the truck for a certain amount of time, and then I'll trade it in and give me another one, and give me another one, and give me another one. I'll make my payments and stuff monthly. I'll make my payments and stuff monthly, make sure they're on time, so that way, my purchasing power. So if I want to upgrade and get something else, if I want to get my own truck, when the newest truck come out and stuff like that, you just go down there, put the sign on the dotted line, you get it zero money down. Okay, yeah, because we got history with you, and take it right on there across the street, and continue to do the same freight. Continue to do the same freight and stuff. It's just your overhead is not going to be as much as somebody that's over there in the lease program. And that's the thing I'm seeing with these guys. They get these leases and they just get comfortable. I'm like, dude, look, if you put $1,000 away a week, if you put $1,000 away a week for a year, that's $52,000. Okay, if you know how to leverage that, right? If you know how to leverage that and stuff, man, then the finance is going to be easy. The finance is going to be easy and stuff. And so I see I'm going to have to break into that too and stuff. But I'm saying going back to the whole super ego thing, right? You're at 12%. You're at 12%. Okay, and your equipment lease, your whole contract and stuff, man, it's very simple. It's very simple and stuff. So I'm saying like, God, just go over there, make your money. Okay, I'm starting out. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no credit. So your first settlement should be going towards. All right, what's going on, Mr. Jones? Uh, your first thing that you should be doing with your first settlement is finding some. Go ahead and get your people and stuff set up, right? Find your credit person and get your credit straight. Holler at a CPA. Holler at your CPA and stuff, and let your CPA know what you're doing. Because for the first 3 years, you're going to be doing everything at a loss. Even if you're profitable, you're going to be doing things at a loss, right? Your CPA will tell you that. Your CPA will tell you that. So get your get your credit person straight, get your CPA straight, get your CPA straight and stuff, and just say, man, you know what? I'm dedicating myself to straight work. I'm dedicating myself to straight work and stuff. That's it. Look, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for the betterment of my family. I'm doing this for the betterment of my children, so on and so forth. And just get out there and work and learn. Get out here and work and learn this thing. Okay, you're gonna have bad weeks and stuff. Everybody has bad weeks and stuff. I mean, I wish we could be profitable every single day. I wish we could be profitable every single week. It's just not gonna happen. what I'm saying? At the same time, learn what the problem is, make the adjustment. Because when bad times come, you'll actually be prepared for it. You know, you'll actually be prepared for it when things get slow. You know, you want consistency, but I mean, you know, every now and again you might wind up being in the wrong place at the wrong time and stuff, right? You know, and it ain't no point trying to beat yourself up in the head. You know, like all right, some people make mistakes. They go over there. You know, like I seen that one chick. You know, she from the East Coast. She gets her load and stuff. First load she gets, she goes over there to California. She don't know anything about California. She doesn't know anything about California. She just went because you know, okay, you're probably used to, you know, you when you're a company driver, you probably use, more miles, more money. And being in a lease is a whole different beast. It's a whole different beast and stuff, but it gives you an understanding of how the business and stuff works, somewhat, right? Gives you an understanding of the business works somewhat, So now you're on a percentage contract, right? You're on a percentage contract, so the miles, you want to keep the miles and stuff relatively low and keep the revenue high. So, you look at California, you think, okay, East Coast, West Coast, right? That's an easy lick. And you find out that you did all that driving and you didn't make the money that you thought you was going to make. And on top of that, you're facing difficulties of trying to get out of California, because you don't really know the business that much, who to call, that sort of thing there. So you got those frustrations right there. And it can become overwhelming to a point where you just say, yeah, you know what, let me go and throw my hands up and quit and then make a video and say, man, yeah, you know, F super ego, you ain't gonna make no money and so on and so forth and stuff. And I'm telling you, for, for somebody that's not contracting stuff over there, if I had to do it all over again, right? If I had to start over from scratch and do it all over again, I'll be going to Subico. That's straight up. I'm like, with everything that I know and stuff, man, I will be dominating that carry. I will be dominating this stuff, man. And so it's just the opportunities are there, right? And especially what I know now, right? Especially what I know now and stuff, and the connections that they have versus the connections I have. You combine those things together. You go over there and you go over there and you make good money and stuff. And I'm saying, I mean, for most lease carriers and stuff, man. I mean, dude, you're looking at $2,600, $2,700 before this is all your expenses, right? You got 26, 27 a week you got to pay, and over there it's just 1,200, right? Which I'm saying, I mean, I don't know if all those Chicago carriers are like that and stuff. But I just know with Super Ego, what I seen was enough to say, man, hey, dude, you can go over there, you can make some money. You can go over there, you can bust a quick lick and stuff like that, get in, get out of there and stuff, go over there and get what you need. You know, as long as you talking about, man, look, I'm going to stay committed. I'm going to stay committed. I ain't taking no time off and stuff like that. I'm going to utilize every single day, right? I'm not going to be a 5 day a week, home every weekend type person. I got to be home all the time because my family, I got to be around my family, my children and stuff like that, Dude, go ahead out there and make your money. Like I said, there shouldn't be no reason why any person that's over here driving a truck should have bad credit, why you got bad credit, and why you don't have at least $10,000 in bank account. There's no excuse to hold a CDL. You know that's just basic right there. If I don't have those two things and stuff, man, what's the point in taking time off? What's the point of being? And so I mean, uh, hey man, from what I seen, if you can't make money over there, it's because it's the same thing. You don't know how to read, you don't know how to write, you don't know how to do math. Just that simple. I'm not. It's just no one can convince me anymore. After I seen the contract, after I did the breakdowns and stuff like that, I'm like, dude, there is no way that you can go to Super Ego and not make money. There's just no way and stuff. I'm like, the learning curve is just really getting to understand the lane rates. Once you understand the lane rates and stuff, man, everything else is and just run that region. If you're gonna run Midwest, run Midwest. You're gonna run the Northeast, run the Northeast. The South, run the South. I really wouldn't recommend it. I don't know what connections they have, but I doubt that they. I doubt that they. I doubt that they aren't good. Let's see, Houston. What's a good way to get an understanding of the lane rate? Okay. To get a good understanding of the lane rates, this is what you do. Okay. Um, if somebody, it's just really calling the brokers. It's just really calling the brokers and stuff, and they got a load booking from one point. They got a load booking from one point going to another point, right? Call a few brokers and see what they charging to go from point A to point B, right? See what the money is, right? Then just take the miles. No, just take the money that they're paying and divide it by the miles. Take the money and divide it by the miles and stuff, and you'll see what that lane and stuff is paying, right? And so you call a few brokers, you feel around and stuff like that, and once you feel around, you'll kind of get an average. You'll kind of get an average of what the lane and stuff is. I ain't saying you got to book the load, just inquire about the load. Just inquire about it, get some information on it, see what it's paying, right? And then, as you call other brokers and stuff like that, see what their loads and stuff are paying on that lane. And so you'll start to see a pattern. That pattern is your lane rate. That's your average lane rate and stuff. And so that's where you want to start out at. That's where you want to start out at and stuff, and then the rate goes up. You know, the rate goes up and stuff from there. So I mean, that's the thing there. You want to know what lane rate is. Get a feel of what people are charging to go from point A to point B on that particular lane, right? Every lane has a lane rate. Every one of them has a lane. Every lane has a lane rate and stuff. So some places you go to, freight, like Florida, for instance, anything going to Florida is paying good money. Anything coming out of Florida is not paying good money. How do you know that? Because when you call around and stuff like that, everybody's pretty much charging the same thing. Everybody's pretty much charging the same thing and stuff. So, that's what your lane rate is. And so what you don't want to do, you don't want to sit there and be one of those guys that's doing loads and stuff under par. So that means that if the average is if the average on a dry van load is probably, let's just say $2.50, right? To run this particular lane right here, the average. You don't want to sit over here and be doing the load for $2.25 or $2.30, $2.40. If the average rate is $2.50, then that's where the start. That's where you need to start at. You don't need to go under that. Everything else, all right, start going up. And so that's how you find out your lane rate. The short end of it. So uh, it takes some time and stuff. It takes some time and stuff. Like me, I was surviving off of I was surviving off of C.H. Robinson load board. When I was with not Allstate, when I was with Big Rock, when I was with Big Rock and stuff, especially when my truck got paid off. My truck and my trailer got paid off, man. C.H. Robinson made 95% of my revenue. They made up 95% of my revenue and stuff, man, from 2016 to 2017. They made 95% of my revenue. And I'm saying now that was a bad thing, right? Because I depended on C.H. Robinson so much when again I didn't understand the position which I was in. When I'm leased on to somebody, most lease carriers got in-house freight, right? And so I did so much C.H. Robinson loads and stuff that it wasn't even no point of them calling me to even see if I was interested in doing any of their loads and stuff. Like in fact, I just run away from them because just didn't have the patience. I didn't have the patience and stuff, and so the CA drops and load board made me very cocky. It made me very cocky and extremely arrogant, and I passed up on a lot of money and a lot of good opportunities. You know, when when you with a lease carrier, look, these guys come in every day. They got the connections, they got the load tenders, they got all the computers and stuff. So, they're looking for the freight. They already got the freight and stuff in there. So, your thing is just to try to, hey man, look, let me get on one of these lanes. Let me get on one of these lanes and stuff and make the money. I got to get up every morning and stuff and call brokers and set up set up 2 and 3 loads, and then I got to sign the rate confirmation sheets, which means I got to send them in to the dispatch and all that stuff there. That's what I hired them for. You know, that's why I'm with that's why I'm with that's why I'm leased on. If I'm leased on, man, yeah, if I'm leased on and stuff, use those things to your advantage. They got the customer base and stuff like that. Hey, look, yeah, let me go ahead and grab that lane on, grab that lane on off of, cause their rate stuff, they're gonna pay a lot more, they're gonna pay a lot better, and then you don't have to worry about that reliability or whatever, because you are leased to them. So, you know, you're accommodating, consolidating as a point, as opposed to running for brokers and stuff like that. I mean, it's okay, but the brokers, their motto is that they choose quantity over quality. It used to be quality over quantity, but now it's in reverse. Hey, I can have, okay, you're one good driver and stuff, but I can have 15 bad drivers. That 15 bad and stuff. I'd rather have 15 bad, unreliable people and stuff than to have that one good person. You know, uh, numbers matter. Numbers matter. So that's the thing there. They can make any bad quality person a good quality person. Because all they got to do is just starve them. When it's you know when you gotta eat, and then you got to depend on them to eat and stuff, man. People get their acts together real quick. Like, hey, remember everybody was supposed to be boycotting TQL because they was taking all the money. They was taking all the money during COVID and this, that, or whatever. We supposed to be shut down. We supposed to be shut down, but you know, uh, some people were committed, but most of those folks and stuff were taking full advantage. Like, hey man, yeah, hey TQL, yeah, I'll go and do that load and stuff. I ain't boycotting, I ain't shut down. I'll go and run you freight. In fact, I'll do this one for half price. You know, and so they don't have to change anything when they know that they got drivers out here that's going to validate the stuff that they do. Okay, well, you know, they're just saying that and stuff on. They're just saying that online, but they don't really mean it. I mean, and the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. TQL ain't in trouble. Neither CA drops. I mean, they're still doing good. In fact, they're doing excellent. You know, people are still depending on them to get freight from point A to point B, and that's just it. When it was time, there's still time to make changes and stuff, but people are still, we get up here and we talk about it, but as far as doing something about it, people ain't doing anything about it. So why should they change? Okay, you give me validation. And what I'm doing and stuff is the right and correct. Uh, but yeah, that's the thing that man. Over there, at Super Ego, you can make money at Super Ego. You can. You can make real good money at Super Ego. Well, okay, all right. I ain't gonna say you make real good money. You're gonna make money enough to get your. If you're trying to get your business and stuff afloat, you'll have everything you need. I will say that. You can have everything you need to get your business afloat over there. You need X amount of dollars, yeah. You work towards that. You get it. Once you got it, okay, man. Look, you don't have to tell them bye. Just tell them, okay, listen, things gonna be a little different. I'm gonna keep the trailer, but I'm gonna get the truck back to you. Okay, all right. It's a walk away lease. It's a walk away lease and stuff. Go ahead and turn it in. Bring your truck on back. Bring your truck on back. They put the decals on and stuff like that, and then hey, you go right on back to work. 12%. Go right on back to work. 12% and stuff. So you alleviate some of the costs that you once upon a time used to have, and you don't have. Well, you have it, but you have it to a point to where it's going to be an advantage to you and not to them per se. So yeah, you're going to be in this. You're going to be on operating and stuff like that. Get your own truck. Go and get your own truck and stuff. In fact, being over there should give you an understanding to a point of what kind of equipment that you need. So, you might go over there and establish a lane and stuff like that. And once you get that lane established, that will be a determination of what kind of truck you need. Okay, well, I can go ahead and get me a used truck, or I need to go ahead and get me a new truck, or I go ahead and do the cash, go ahead and get me a cash truck. Because you know how you're going to run, the customers and stuff that you serve and stuff like that. Okay, my truck gonna be going through the mountains and stuff a lot, so it's gonna be going through this area a lot. It's gonna be cold, or I might just be on flat land and stuff like that. You know, uh, but that's the deal there and stuff. I said it once and I say it again. If you can't make money over there at Super Ego, it's either because you don't want to learn how, it's either because you can't, it's either because you simply don't want to learn, or you just ain't comfortable. But their contracts and stuff, man, are some of the lowest I've seen in the industry. That's some of the lowest I've seen in the industry and stuff, man. 12%, yeah, dude, go ahead. I mean, the last time I seen something that low was, with VL trucking, but again, VL trucking failed the same way that, Super Ego can learn something from VL because it's the same type of scenario. The type of people that they got over there aren't really business driven. They aren't really business savvy or whatever, and that's what brings the carrier and stuff down. When you got a bunch of folk over there crying and complaining and stuff, and not taking the time to understand the business and how things work, it's my way or the highway. I think they ain't doing this right, they ain't doing that right, and that's just you and your lack of understanding in the business. Like, well, you just think you should just get in the truck and drive, and you should get in the truck and drive, and once you get delivered, you should get paid a whole lot of money. You know, you didn't do that as a company driver. You didn't do that as a company driver. So now you're stepping into business where you got to be doing things and stuff yourself, and so the wrong narrative that they go in with people is like, oh, do everything like you did when you was a company, you know, which is just do a bunch of stuff, don't ask questions, don't complain, right? Because we'll find the lows for you. You take it from point A to point B, and you get your paycheck on Friday. You know, it's the wrong attitude to have because you know you do all that, and then Friday comes, and you think that, well, okay, because I'm on operator and I got more expenses and stuff like that. That means more money is coming to me, and that's not it. You did stuff grossly under par, but you didn't ask questions. Okay, um, don't ask us about rate confirmation sheets. We'll take care of that. We'll book the load, and then you just go get it. And don't ask questions about the lane rates and stuff like that. What we get paid or our cut, it's the wrong attitude to have and stuff. And then also, um, it people that don't have anything to lose, people that don't have anything to lose and stuff. I mean, they're some of the hardest people. They're some of the hardest people and stuff to get anything done. It's like, well, okay. coming into work today, and he's coming into work today, and he ain't got nothing to lose inside his place of business. So I mean, he can sit there and mess with you, who got everything for you. So those two things and stuff just don't mix. That's why it's like employees and own operators, they just don't mix. That's why I'm like, uh, when I go in places, I always try to look for the person in charge, and I talk to them. I keep the conversations and stuff short. I keep it short. I keep it brief, because especially when I'm around, employees and stuff like that, you're the help. You know, you're the help. So I keep it short. I keep it short, and I keep it about business because I know that employees, they're not focused. They're not focused on business. So they're focused about what they did last night, or what they about to do tonight, or what they about to do when they get off work. You know, every time you go around, every time you turn around and stuff, they got a phone in front of them and stuff. Looking at social media or somebody else's time. They don't understand the dynamics of business, and then you know thinking that, well, okay, yeah, I'm just working for some real millionaire rich person that can afford this, that, or whatever. And then, you know, when they done had that meeting about efficiency and stuff, and they start cutting the workforce, these are things that goes over their head. They just think, oh man, they fired me. They fired me because they don't like me. They don't fire me. They fire me because they don't like me. Not thinking that, well, okay, let me put myself in a business dynamic and say, well, okay, I'm bringing someone some business, right? I'm taking you a car. You're gonna work on my car, and the mechanic is telling you that they're gonna charge you X amount of dollars an hour to work on your car. And you take your car into the place, and every time you go into place and stuff, man, they're always messing around, or they're watching TV, or they got your hood popped open and stuff like that, but they aren't really doing anything and stuff with your car. Remember, they're charging you by the hour. They're charging you by the hour, and you're sitting over there and you're looking at that, and then, okay, well, let me get a report. Let me get a status report on what's going on with my car. Well, yeah, we got this thing right here going on. We got that going on, and but every time I turn around, y'all guys out here doing something else other than fixing my car, which I'm paying you by the hour to do. And then you get that bill, you know, you get that bill and stuff, and then you pay that bill, and then your car it isn't running like it's supposed to. It's fixed, but it's not efficient. But then this guy that sat there and charged you 30 and 40 hours and stuff on working on your car, and then your car ain't doing so. Now you got to find someone else to fix it. You got to find someone else to fix it and stuff. There's people right here, you already spent money over there that you ain't going to get back, right? So you're just going to find someone else. And again, you're going to be very disappointed. You're not going to bring business and stuff back to them because you remember every time you went over there and you wanted to know the status of your car, they was giving you a whole bunch of excuses and those things there. But you had to pay the money when the bill came due. The same thing about a workplace. You know, a workplace they have, they got objectives that they have to take care of and stuff because at the end of the day, the business is about 100% efficiency. That's how, efficiency is how they push product out, and if they can push product out efficiency, the business becomes profitable. If the business is profitable, then, and they don't keep the money, that's when they're able to sit there and give you raises and stuff like that. But when they sit there and they have those meetings and stuff, and they're looking at the efficiency that's down, and so they got to pay people all these man hours, which, okay, the man hours to take care of this particular objective, or to get this product out here, it required maybe 15 hours, but then I'm paying 30 hours of man hours to get this product pushed out of here and stuff. So now all my money is going into labor, it's going into man hours. Where if I was able to push the product out efficiently and get it out there on the shelves and stuff like that, and people start buying product and they have an abundance of it, and not only abundance of it, but they demand more and more of it, right? I have no choice because my business objective is to make this particular my objective is to make this particular amount of profit. Anything over that, right? Anything over that, I don't keep it. I have to reinvest it back into the business. I have to reinvest it back into the business because if I'm going to claim it, then it's all going to be a profit, and now it goes. And now I got to pay taxes. But I'd rather go over here and pay my people and stuff, right? Because of the product that they're pushing, they push efficiency to a point to where I'm becoming extremely profitable. Not only did I hit my profit margin, but I went over. So that means that now I got more money to reinvest into my business to make sure that my people, because they're already efficient, but to make them super efficient. But when they don't understand that premise right there, okay, I'll just go to work and do this, that, or whatever and stuff, and that's what happens. It's a very simple concept and stuff, but it goes over most people's heads because they figure, okay, well, you know, most people that are rich, if you're rich and you got these businesses and stuff like that, you're an exploiter. You're an exploiter and stuff, and the business in order to push efficiency, create they got to create things and stuff, in order to make sure that you remain efficient at all times. Shout out Amazon, shout out Amazon and stuff. But again, we're doing this with grown people. We're doing this with grown people and stuff. Telling them not to be, come to work, be efficient. I ain't saying that you got to go over here and be super productive, but I'm saying as long you come to work, you're doing your job. That's it. But there it is, right there. Super ego guys. Learn how to read, learn how to write, learn how to do math and stuff. Quit posting up things all the time and try to say, okay, well, this is a mean and malicious carrier that doesn't care about this and doesn't care about that, and then I go over there and start doing some investigating and find out, okay, well, it's the driver that really has a lack of understanding how the business and stuff works, and not only has a lack of understanding, but refuses to learn. They refuse to learn and take full advantage of the opportunities that they have in front of them. But other than that, that's it, man. So if y'all guys got any questions for me, if y'all got any questions for me and stuff, go ahead and lay it on me, man. Otherwise, that I'm gonna go ahead and stuff, man, and conclude. Another thing I don't understand, I got 24 people in here and 3 lights. So the people that's in here and stuff are some of those super ego drivers that, that's some super ego drivers and stuff that I was talking about that don't know how to read, write, and math. And again, I mean, it's very simple, just pick up a book and read, pick up a book and read and stuff like that, write down the things and stuff that you see, and then, your math skills, I mean, you know how to count money, you know how to count and stuff, I see. So that's the basic of it, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. But yeah, 24 people and 3 likes. Yeah, a lot of those guys. That's some super ego guys. Stuff they feel real salty. But yeah, you're not doing anything and stuff like that. I mean, for 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day and stuff. I mean, get familiarized with the business that you're in. Pick up a book and read. Get your reading skills up. Get your mathematical skills up. Look at your settlements, man, and stuff, man, and get an understanding of them. Okay, all right, what is this and what does it do? How does it affect me, and so on and so forth. Instead of getting up here and posting things and stuff and just showing the world that you don't know how to, just showing the world that, hey, man, you know, it's the company fault and stuff. When in reality, it's my fault because I don't know how to read. Let's see. Hello, do you have any info about box trucks business? No, I don't. I'm not. No, I'm not. That's not my cup of tea right there. Box trucks. That's That's not my thing. You know, that's not my thing and stuff. So I apologize. But yeah, guys. So anyway, y'all still seeing stuff. I'm still in this rental truck. So some things I'm gonna post. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about I'm gonna be talking about the DD15 motors. Not the Freightliner Cascadia specifically, but for guys and stuff that's talking about the cash truck, talking about the cash truck route. Because if you go on Facebook Market, or if you guys have been seeing lately, a lot of the base model, trucks, you're seeing that a lot of them and stuff are going on sale now. A lot of them now stuff you can find at about 5, 6 grand and stuff like that. They're telling you, okay, yeah, well, I'm having these issues and stuff. The truck don't need a rebuild. That's why I'm selling it so cheap. And then, that's the thing there. How much do you gross as an own operator at Super Ego? All right, first thing first, I am not a contractor. I am not a contractor at Super Ego. I am not at Super Ego. Um, but again, your gross is on you. This guy here, he did 49. He did 2,500 loaded miles in 7 days, and his gross was 4,900. His gross was 4,900 after 12%. He did yeah 2,500 loaded miles and stuff. Which I'm saying, he probably could do better. So yeah, he probably could do better and stuff. So again, it varies. It varies. I don't know what the exact number is and stuff at Super Ego specifically because I'm not contracted over there. But what I can say is that you have the opportunity to gross a good substantial sum. You know if you just simply learn the lane rates. If you learn those lane rates and stuff, man. Let's see. I'm thinking about box truck too. Yeah. I mean, like I say, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the box truck. That's new territory to me and stuff. And I don't want to speak on things that I don't know about. Yeah. So anyway, my contact information is up here on my YouTube page. Feel free to text me first. Text me first. Let me know. Let me know who you are. Let me know what your yeah. Let me know who you are, and let me know what your subject matter is and stuff. Let it be about trucking, and I'll try to help you out as much as possible. I'll text you back, let you know of a time, let you know of a day and time where um, where I'll be available and stuff like that, and then I'll just dedicate my time to making sure that you get an understanding about the questions and stuff that you have. I keep my lines and stuff free because when I talk, I am very thorough. I'm very thorough and stuff. I'm gonna send you pictures. I'm gonna send you pictures. Make sure that you get an understanding about the question that you're asking me, so you're walking away without any kind of misunderstanding. Let's see what you got. Been on the spot market all year doing reefer. It's starting to slow down. Yeah, yeah. If you on the spot market, if you're on the spot market, then it's if you're on the spot market right now and stuff, I mean, or just any time, then it's going to fluctuate. It fluctuates and stuff like that. So, and we are in February. We are in February, so they say, January, February, and middle of March and stuff, man, it's the slow season. So, um, it just depends on where you are and stuff. I mean, I've seen, like I said, I got a load of chickens right now and stuff, man, and they're actually in production right now and stuff. I mean, they're pushing these chickens out just as fast as they can get them in there. So you know, but that's my neck of the woods there and stuff. Okay, I just left Super Ego. My Kenworth regen stopped working. The problem was the air drive, so Florida Inc. So Florida Inc. said that they would overnight the part. It never got to the Kenworth place. I'm trying to get a truck from OT Leasing. OT, you mean OTR Leasing? You're saying OTR Leasing? Is that it? So you just left Super Ego. My Kenworth. I have a 20 for sale. Okay, all right, got you. Okay, all right. Um, I have a 2014 International for sale, 25K. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad and stuff. It's a couple things and stuff I had to look into, but a couple things I have to look into. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just you kind of got to put what's up with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay. Um, is OTR leasing a good place to get a truck? I spoke with the salesman over there and stuff. This was years ago though. Before I went to Long Mountain. And so what I'm seeing over there with OTR is it really depends on the truck. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause they tell you like your down payment and stuff anywhere between 3 to 5, probably 3 to 5 and stuff like that. You pay them one. I think you have to pay them weekly though. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're either weekly or bi-weekly. So the problem that I would have with OTR is looking at the type of trucks that they have. They don't, they look all right. They just don't look like they well kept, and I don't know what kind of warranties that they have now. So the biggest problem that you're gonna have with any post emission used truck is gonna be your emission system, right? I can just I can just tell you that right off the cuff. Your emission system is gonna be your biggest problem. So depending on how they handle that warranty right there and stuff is what's going to determine, is what's going to determine your success rate. I mean, if you get the truck and it starts acting up just right off the cuff, then yeah, you're going to be in some trouble. You know, you're going to be in some trouble and stuff, man. So it's all on that emission system, man. I mean, I have seen them. They're doing a little bit better with the detailing and stuff like that. But from what I'm seeing, it's all about that emission system, man. Whatever truck you get and stuff, man. If that, that's why most post emission trucks are for sale now. Uh, you know, that emission system start getting the problems and stuff like that. Usually when them trucks get around when they get around 500,000, that's when people start getting rid of them. Like, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and get, because some can go the distance, and then some of them and stuff, they kind of, you know, how can you avoid that problem? How can you avoid that problem? Have surgery, get the surgery. You're going, the only way that you're going to beat that and stuff, you're going to have to get surgery. You're going to have to get the surgery to get that cancer up out of there, guys. there's no way of fixing it. There's no way of fixing it. When you start having the issue, the first thing they tell you, take it to the dealership. There's no shop out here. There's no shop out here and stuff, man, that wants to go out here and work on it. They don't want to risk their reputation. They don't want to risk their reputation and stuff on the emission system when they know what's going to happen. You know, they know what's going to happen and stuff. And so, I mean, it, you know, and when you take it to the dealership, what they're going to be recommending is that you got to replace the whole thing. Well, yeah, you're going to need a whole new one box, right? And you're going to need a whole new one box and stuff, and that can get expensive. That can get expensive and stuff, man. When you sit there, piecing things together, like, well, okay, the deaf bladder system, and then the knock sensors and all that other stuff there. You change all that. You change all that and stuff, and then and all these parts again, they're not brand new parts. They're refurbished parts. They're refurbished parts and stuff, and then your regen, of course, you got a 4 hour, regen that you got to do, which they're gonna charge you. You know, they say a warranty is on the truck. Yeah, and that's what you got to check. That's what you got to check. You got to check that you got to be very specific with that warranty, guys. A warranty ain't a warranty can help you, but if you're not prepared, right, then it can be a nightmare. You see, like my rebuild, for instance, on my truck, my rebuild is under warranty. You see, the rebuild's under warranty, but you done had my truck for almost 3 weeks now. So eventually the job's gonna get done, but But I'm saying, do you have a backup plan for you? While they do the warranty issue and stuff like that, because you might be out of work. You might be out of work and stuff. Say they put you out of work for like a month. You out of work for 4 weeks. Do you have a plan and stuff? Why they working on that warranty issue? So yeah, you don't have to pay for the labor. You don't have to pay for the labor or the parts, but your truck ain't working. So what do you do? What do you do with that downtime? Because the truck payment don't stop, the insurance payment don't stop. You see what I'm saying? And then if you're doing what I'm doing and stuff, which in this truck right here, you got to pay X amount of dollars a week for this truck. So everybody might not have that and stuff. So I'm saying just having a warranty, that's cool. But remember, you're not a priority. You're not a priority and stuff. I mean, warranty issue. Yeah, okay, yeah. Set the truck in the back, and we'll get to it eventually. Now they got to fill out. If you take it to a dealership or whatever stuff, they got to fill out paperwork, and then they got to examine it, and then they got to be approved, and all that stuff there. And see, that's where the time comes in at. So uh, you got to be very weary about those warranties, guys. They may tell you, he may tell you, yeah, your truck's under warranty if you can get up here to the shop. You know, you get over here to a shop. So I'm saying, like, my truck broke. Prime example, my truck broke down in Virginia. My warrant, the guy that does the warranty work is in Florida. To get the truck towed from up there to down there was $4,000. No payment plans, no nothing. It's hey, cut the check, cut the check. So yeah, $4,000. So you got a warranty is the warranty is okay, but it's not a safeguard. There are other things and stuff that play. It doesn't cover everything and stuff. So you got to be very careful and cautious and stuff with that warranty. That's what I'm saying. see them being very specific about this and stuff. It's not to say it's a bad thing, but it's not to say all the be all. Safeguard is not a, it's not a great safeguard. Let's see, Ryan. Let's see. What will be a good trucking company to lease with? Um, it all depends. It all depends on what you're trying to do, my man. It all depends on what you're trying to do, my man. It's all on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to get accomplished. You know, where you want to run. You know, where you want to run, what type of freight you want to run, so on and so forth. There's so many dynamics and stuff in it. You know, it's not. You know, I wish I could tell you, yeah, just go over into this carrier here and stuff, but you know, I just don't know what I don't know what your plan is. You know, what are your plans and stuff like that? What are you trying to do? What you are trying to accomplish? What kind of freight you trying to run? What kind of truck do you want? You know, what type of lanes you want to run? You know, it's a lot of it's a lot of things that go into that and stuff to say, okay, what would be the best carrier for me and stuff to go to? So, you know, guys, I can suggest you come over here where I'm at, right? I can suggest you come over here where I'm at, but then if they give you a load going to New York City, like man, shoot, I don't do that. I'm leaving four-way cargo because I wasn't making the miles. Okay, so you're on mileage pay then. Okay, you're on mileage pay and stuff. So then, um, couple questions I need to ask you and stuff on that is that you know first, how long have you been over there at that carrier? How long have you been over there with that carrier? And how many years have you been driving trucks? Because just leaving the company and stuff like that, you got to make sure that you got to make sure you exhausted any and all means and stuff. Don't just sit there and say, "Oh, I'm leaving because me and my dispatcher don't get along, or me and the safety people don't get along," stuff like that. You know, okay, be real. Should I? Let's see what you got. Okay, be real. Should or shouldn't get a truck from them OTR. My down payment is 45 to 55. Okay, a mattress. Okay, Patrice. Okay, your question is something that we need to go more. We need to go more in depth. We need to go more in depth and stuff. And so this live here isn't going to be able to cover everything and stuff about the questions that you got. So what you need to be doing, go on my you need to go on my what you call, go on my go on my page, get my phone number. You need to text me and let me know that it's you, and then we'll set up a time and stuff, and I'll sit there and I'll go through the whole thing with you. I'll give you the complete breakdown, the complete 101. But it's something that questions that you have and stuff. That's something that needs to be, you know, that's something that needs to be. We need to be talking to 101 and stuff, man. And I can give you a breakdown about that. Also, it's free, so you ain't got to pay no money. I don't need no cash out or none of that stuff there. But if you serious and you want to know what the numbers and stuff are, go on my page. Go on my page, on my YouTube page. Get my phone number. Text me. Say, hey, this Patrice. Uh, I have your number and everything and stuff like that. And then you give me a little bit of time, and we'll break down the numbers and stuff like that. And I'll give you everything you need to know about OTR or any other place that you're thinking about getting a truck. Okay, I have been here for 3 months, and I've been driving for 8 years. That's not enough. Okay, you've been driving for 8 years, but you've been there for 3 months. That ain't enough. That ain't enough time, man. That ain't enough time to throw in the towel. You have not exhausted any and all means. You ain't did it. Okay, so you have a problem and stuff, right? So let's see, but my hold on, I got you. All right. So your thing is that you need to sit, you need to have a sit down and stuff. You need to have a sit down because I'm pretty sure they got the numbers in there, and they know that you ain't satisfied with your numbers. They know you know, you ain't getting the miles and stuff, so you ain't making the money that you need to make. So it's time to sit down and stuff like that and see what lanes do they have, right? What opportunities do they have? Because you have not exhausted any and all means. You're gonna leave that carrier, you're gonna go over here to another carrier, and you're gonna run into the same problem. So you have not given them enough time. You need to sit down, make time and stuff. Make time and stuff. Sit down. Um, let your grievances, they know what it's about. It's the money, and see if they can open up some opportunities and stuff for you. You just starting, you just get to learn the carrier and stuff, the ins and outs, stuff like that. But you don't know everything. Not about that specific carrier and stuff there. So, uh, you owe it to yourself since you're already there to find out everything that they need to know and stuff about that carrier before you go in and say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna throw my hands up. That's definitely 3 months is not. That's not enough time. That's not enough time and stuff, man. I mean, you've been in this business for 8 years, so they know that they got somebody good. They know they got somebody good on their side, but the thing is, you ain't let don't make the same mistake I did and stuff, and just assume that they know who you are and stuff like that. Cause I've been in this carrier for 4 years, right? Never went in there in the office to sit down and stuff, right, and see what was what. And for a long time, I was making okay money, but nobody knew what board I was on. And I was here, like I said, here 4 years, and nobody knew who board I was on. And they finally assigned me to a board and stuff, and now I got consistency. But I'm saying I went in with the wrong intention, assuming, okay, yeah, they know Red Rooster, but everybody looking around like, hey, nobody really asked the question on who board Red Rooster was on. I just call in and I speak to this guy this day and I speak to this person this day or whatever. And, I was floating around that way. And it really messed me up out of a lot of money. So, you know, extend any and all means and stuff. And then once that's been extended and you see that, well, can't nothing be done, ain't nothing been changed, then yeah. Then it's time to go ahead and say, yeah, you know what? I appreciate the opportunity and stuff like that. And it's time for me to move on and go elsewhere. Okay, let's see. But my opinion with lease purchase is not good for no driver. It's a scam. Well, yeah, you gotta look at the people that are taught. See these leases, people get in them and they get comfortable. They get in it, they get comfortable and stuff like that, and then when they get comfortable, they forget the whole purpose of why they got into the lease to start with, and so then they start scamming themselves. Man, I ain't making no money. I was making money and stuff, and now I ain't making no money. They believe in, yeah, they believe in the hype. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make $10,000, $15,000. You got people up here and stuff on you know, the social media getting up here and stuff and talking about, yeah, I'm making all this money and this, that, or whatever and stuff. And then, the second the screen goes off and stuff, they struggle. They ain't making that type of money, but you thinking like, well, the money can be made because you see this particular person over here driving this person got a W-9 and they got a W-9 and stuff, man, and they got it all stretched out and they staying in the house and they got this house and they driving a BMW or a Charger, a Challenger or whatever and stuff like that. And it's a lot of stuff that goes behind that. You know, a lot of stuff that goes behind that that they don't let you know and they ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna tell you the real. They ain't gonna tell you the real deal and stuff about that. It's like, okay, yeah, I made it, but I'm making a secret and stuff for everybody else. So I mean, it's you know, this it can be very elusive. You know, it can be very elusive in the word and stuff. But you know, like, dude, hey, take it from somebody that's been in here 22 years. You know, um, I'm not, I'm not gonna point a person out to be a fraud or a faker or whatever and stuff. You know, that's not my thing. It's just, if you ask me, I'll tell you the honest to God truth and stuff about this industry. You know, like me, like I said, I'm a single man with no kids. I'm a single man with no kids and stuff. So my circumstance is way different. My circumstance is way different and stuff. So, it's not to be confused. If you got a child or you married and you got child support, then your circumstance is different. So you can't do what I do. So if I say I'm gonna dedicate all of 2024 to just driving and I ain't taking no time off, I can do that. You see what I'm saying? I can do that. And in return, what's gonna be the payoff? You know, man, with super ego, I couldn't pay my rent. Okay, okay. So then, again, we got a problem. We got a problem and stuff. And so now we identifying the problem and stuff. Let's we see what the problem is, but then we also need to do a diagnostic to see exactly where the problems and stuff has come from and stuff, so that we can implement a proper solution. You see, okay, you can get in these programs and stuff and not make a dollar, but do you have a complete and total understanding about the thing and stuff that you're into? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like having some of these fancy phones and stuff like that. But you got some features in it and stuff, man, that can actually help you out a lot. But because of you not knowing, there you go. So we'll go ahead and add that on in there too and stuff, right? And see what the issue is and stuff there. So like I said, you got my number. You got my number, hopefully, or I told you where you can find the number at. So again, that's up to you now. So uh, let's see, my dad truck driver and with him right now on his truck. Okay, all right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go and jump on off here. I got 26 people up in here and only three lights, man. That ain't cool, man. That's no bueno. It's no bueno. So anyway, this your man right here telling you all. Well, let's see. Follow me on Instagram, which is Rhode Island Red Rooster 22. Rhode Island Red Rooster 22 on Instagram. Where I'm posting up things and stuff about my 2013 Freightliner Cascadia. My contact information is up here on my YouTube page and stuff. Like I said, text me, let me know who you are. Let me know who you are and stuff. I'll text you back and stuff about a time that we can sit there, we can meet and go into constructive dialogue. And with that being said, this man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Tell you as always, continue your own research, fact finding studies on your skills every day. Until next time we talk.